Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be learning how to draw the grid lines. This is the method that I use before I sketch my drawings and start shading. This is also the method we like, not all artists, but artists that use grid. So we either use centimeter or inches to do our grid, depending on how big your drawing is. If your drawing is small, you can use centimeter. If it's big, you can use inches, depending on the one you can use. So I use 2 centimeter into one. I normally start with 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 7 to 9, and so on. Instead of using 1 to 2, 2 to 3, because that one is very small, like the grid will be very small for me. So I normally use 1 to 3, 3 to 5. That means 2 in 1 to make one grid. You understand? To make one line, one mark. This I don't start from the edges, which is 0. I don't start from 0 to 2. I start from 1 to 3 because the 0 to 2 is not accurate to the 1 to 3 and the rest. So I start with 1 to 3 because this ruler is not that.
From here to this number 2 is not accurate. So I normally use from number 1 to number 3. So I use 2 in 1. Like, sorry, 2, yes, 2 in 1. Like 1, 2. I make it 1, which is from 1 to 3. I'll make it 1. One measurement, something like this. I'll start with 1. I'll make sure this one is touching this edge of this paper, and I'll start marking from this 1 to 3. I'll mark to 3. That's the same way I did this side. 1 to 3 to 5, 7, 9, and so on till you get to the exact measurement you have in your grid, like the grid you have in your phone, the grid measurement you have in your phone on your.
So using the app on your phone, I call the app, like, it's called Drawing Grid Maker. It's not available in Play Store or App Store. You can search it online and get it on Softonic and you see it. To tell you the truth, this app, Drawing Grid Maker, I've not seen any grid app that is better than this. This is the best app ever. I don't know why it's not available on Play Store anymore. It was available on Play Store, but this is the best grid line app you ever use. It's customizable and the best. That's what I normally use. So in this picture, I'm using 20 rows and I will tap on that square part to make everything balance. I'll tap it twice to make everything balance. Then I tapped on that color to change the line to red, because the reason why I change it to red, so that since the picture is in black and white, the red will be visible to us, like to me when I'm sketching. It will be visible to me when I'm sketching.
So you can use inches. Inches is bigger. It's bigger than this 2 in 1 that I'm using. You can use inches, but mainly for bigger drawings, or you are used to bigger grid. Like you know how to use bigger grid in drawing. Like me now. As for me, this is the perfect. I'll call it sensitivity. I call it to gamers. This is the perfect measurement I use. Like 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 7 as 1 inches, like as 1 each, instead of 1 to 2, 3, 2 to 3. That would be too small for me. So I just use this, which is more perfect for me to use. Since I started with 1, I'm going with the odd numbers on the ruler, which are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, and so on. But if I started with 2, I'll make it even number instead. So in case if you are drawing your grid line, know the numbers you are using. Know the numbers you are using. If you notice, this ruler is smaller than this paper. If you notice it, the ruler is smaller than this paper, and I'm trying to draw my grid to be on this full paper. So the best thing to do after marking those parts of your your measurement, after marking your measurement, both this side, like this side, the four corners of your paper, what you do is to create another measurement at the middle. You make it exactly like the one on top and the one below. You understand? So the way you started this one here, you do the same in the middle. You do it the same in the middle, like this line, like this measurement. This one you can just count up to, like you can just count to this place. Then same thing do with the opposite side. Then create your grid line from that place you did it. You understand? So that when you're doing your grid line, you just go from here. You just move from this place, from this one measurement to this middle one, and same thing from the middle one to the bottom one, just in case if your paper is bigger than your ruler. And make sure your hand, like make sure you do not shake your hand when marking these measurements, because if you shake your hand and you are new in this grid line creating, like you are new in grid lines, you might make a mistake on your lines. Some might be bigger than some, but we that are used to it we will know when there is a mistake. But since you are not used to it, you need to make sure your hand doesn't shake when creating your grid lines. Let's do the middle. Let's mark the middle. Since this ruler is too small for this paper, it's not like it does not have the same length on the paper. So I'm going to count from here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, let's go with 16 here. 16. Then I'll do the same for the other part. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. So I'm putting to the middle, like the middle place will be used for the grid lines. To set our ruler in the middle and mark it. What I said, make sure you start counting from the edge of your paper. Don't count from this side. No, you count from the edge of your paper. This is where this one started. So I'll count from this edge of this paper till the other side, like to the other side of the paper. Don't forget. So let's count to this place. 3. 1 to 3. 6 is odd numbers. 3 to 5. Now let's start the lines. Let's start drawing the lines. Before I forget, always make sure your pencil, like the pressure you apply your pencil is not strong, because when you do such a thing, the lines of your paper will be hard to erase and it will affect your drawing, and that's a very, very bad. That is something that will be discouraging to you. That don't apply pressure when drawing your lines. Don't apply pressure when drawing your lines. I think this one is too long.
So I am done creating the grid line. Now the main issue now is how to trace the picture on the paper. I normally put my lines on one to make it light. So this is the way I trace it. I start from the eyes. Like I start counting from the eyes back to the starting, like back to the left and back to the top. Like I count it horizontally backward and vertically upward. You understand? So from the eyes, I can count one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Then from the eyes, like I'm counting horizontally now backward to seven. Then I'll count from that eyes topward one, two, three, four, five, six. So it's six. So you do the same. That's why you need to number your paper. You need to number your paper. You start numbering one, two, three, four, five, upward and downward two. You continue from two, three, four, five to the ending. Something like this. When you're done with your numbering, you can just trace it to where the eyes is. You can just count how many columns and count how many rows that lead to the eyes. Then you count that same number on your paper. You count that same number on your paper and mark where you will start with. And also start from anywhere, anyone that is good, like easier for you to understand. Like me, I normally start with the eyes. Like I always start with the eye, so I just count from the boxes, count horizontally and vertically. I hope this video helps, and I apologize for making it so long. I just wanted to try and explain how gridline works. And if you're not still okay with the tutorial, you can just write it on the comment section. Do my best to work on it.